Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's your boys. I'm T-Cat, and we've got the Krocs.
Hello.
And Leafyboi.
Is now
Back again for another episode of All Out Pummeling.
Woo!
Yeah, All Out Pummeling.
Back at it again.
Yeah.
Yes, and enjoying the fact that Out Your League is back so we can bench out of our league for a few more rounds, hopefully. And yeah, so we go back to our regularly scheduled programme. What are we doing tonight, guys?
Well, we're going to be opening with just a quick run through of our own matches from this past week. This will be round 4. So the first round in the regional stages, I believe.
They are.
So that should be pretty
Regional
interesting.
stage.
And after that, we'll have a look at the tier rankings and how they are matching up with the current win-to loss record across the groups. Then we're going to
see
move
who's
in.
fucking up.
Yeah. Don't look at me for this part.
We're going to move on and do our name rater section.
Yes,
Yes.
we've got 2 coaches' names today, as we skimmed out last time. But so we're going to be going through Chris Patella's team of the Kingswood Kabutops and my team of the Toddington Torrracats.
Yeah, everyone loves a good old name rater. That's why we got a bumper edition this week.
Yeah,
As
name
it
rater's
should
cool.
be.
Yep. Anything we want to go through before we hop in, or do we want to just jump straight into?
Well,
Fine.
you want to go first?
I was just saying, I think we should probably head on straight in if you
Yeah.
have something.
I was just going to say quickly that, as you've said before, we are very happy that Out of Your League is back. That has a nice, fresh new look,
Yes,
new layout.
indeed.
Oh, it looks so
It
sick.
seems to work pretty well. Yeah, I like
Except
it.
for Dom's crazy light.
Oh, the best thing about that was, so Dom's was getting progressively darker and darker until it was like black, and Sam's, all of his windows and stuff were blacked out, and he looked at Ray's camera and there was like broad daylight outside. I'm like, is he filming it in America or something?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zoe was just playing Skyrim. I kept looking like, that's Skyrim.
Yeah, I was like, where is he? Oh, it's like, where's she? What
Yeah,
what
she
part of
just
the game?
crouched down on the sofa.
I didn't notice this the entire time until someone said it in the comments. I guess I just wasn't really looking closely at Ray's camera.
I saw it in the comments first, so I saw it immediately. I was like, there it is.
Oh.
Cool. Right,
Well,
so
yes.
game 1, we're going to go into the Krocs versus... can't remember the name.
The Wishty Warty Torrents.
The Wishty Warty Torts. Yeah, we don't use
that.
their actual name anymore.
It's easier to remember the messed up names.
This
For
was
some, definitely.
This was a bit of a tricky match. I've rated Johnson's team so highly because I rated so highly.
And you trained him up. He's your
yeah.
protege. One of
Yeah,
them.
I thought I didn't feel like my team was too badly matched up. I felt that everything I had an answer for him, and everything he had, I had an answer. But if either of the answers went down on either team, then all of a sudden that one mon could probably take the rest of the team on its own because there wasn't an answer for it.
Yeah.
So I think either way it was going to be pretty swingy. Yeah, and should we head on in? See what
Yeah.
it's like?
Sure thing. So, the thing that I enjoyed about this game was he brought the Confagrigus, and historically we've seen this come out, trick room, and then try and win the game on its own.
I was interested in what this primate's gonna do. That's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, like it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Like you just don't really expect anything from it. I know it's got a weird ability, anger point, that boosts its attack if something happens to it. I can't quite remember.
If
It gets hit by
if it's a
critical.
crit.
If it gets crit, its attack
Yeah.
maximizes.
Yeah, which could you imagine bringing that against Rob? Like the
Okay, so
rage.
this turn here is pretty key. That ice shard, even though it did sod all damage, burnt the Yachi berry, and that is probably the turn where I won the game.
Turn 4.
That
Turn
turn
5.
Turn 5
Yeah.
is probably the turn I won the game, just on a throwaway ice shard. And then we see here the screens that have been set up. They are going to wane soon. You can argue that there's been a lot of switching, and he hasn't really made great use out of screens.
But he has now got butt sharpies in behind
Yes.
screens, so it can freely set up. The light screen is up, which is the important one. So if you do go for a signal beam, which you do,
Yeah, I go for a signal beam, expecting him to maybe get cocky and try and crunch or pursue.
yeah, but you
Yeah,
protected anyway.
Yeah, it does. And now I know that I'm slower, so I just run away to have a look.
Into the not
Big coffee
named
table.
coffee table. You need to
Yes.
remember to put your names on, Joe. That's 2 games in a row.
Yeah, it keeps deleting them, so I need to.
Out comes Greg, ready to do it all.
Hello, Greg.
Should call it Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Shoot out that C-130 with a
See?
pistol.
Nasty plot. And I was like, I don't think Bissy cares about your nasty plot.
Yeah.
Prime time for
Prime comes out, expecting a big close combat or something here. I head out to my physical wall, and quite happy to see just a U-turn. I was like, oh, that's fine. I'll take one of those.
God, I hate Toxapex. But there you go.
God, I love
Big earthquake.
Now,
Lot of
do you
damage,
send it out
sold.
into a Don fan? I don't really know. Feel
What
like
are you going to
no.
send out to Dom fan?
I had
This
to
thing?
click earthquake again here, just in case I could
Yeah,
kill that
yeah.
Toxapex.
Yeah, because you don't
Oh.
want it recovering.
And then he swapped again.
He's got the
And I go for the
regenerator.
ice shard. Yeah.
Oh, mind games now. Is he going to
Yeah,
switch? Oh, he did. It's
he
an
keeps
easy bait.
swapping.
Oh, ooh.
Basically just getting
I,
chip off.
yeah,
Did
to
you
be
have
honest, at
anything?
this point, I just want Dom Fan to die, so I'm just gonna keep clicking an attacking move.
Did you not have
No.
anything like a Roxladoo
I
to
did have
take?
Krocs, yes.
See,
I
maybe
used
we would
to
have
do
gone
it.
for that there. On the off chance that he
Oh,
switches to
Wild charge.
this or the Lando.
He sets up a
Yes.
reflect. I think if he had set up a light screen there, again, this match may have gone completely differently.
Yeah, because the reflect is only really the Tapu Koko now
Yeah,
and the coffee
literally only.
table.
But even I don't think the coffee table has any damaging moves other than rapid spin. So
Big 20
Not-
base damage.
Not even like an
Yeah.
avalanche or an icicle. Oh, what's it called?
no.
Icicle
what's that?
crash.
Icicle crash. Yeah, that's one.
I don't think it gets icicle crash. But
I
it
feel like that
gets-
would be its one thing. That it
One thing
does.
is avalanche.
It gets
Yeah.
avalanche. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called avalug. Avalanche. Come on.
But
So
it's like
here,
saying
I
icicle.
don't know why. I didn't think it
Didn't
would
think.
kill me. I
Didn't
didn't
think.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just click an attacking move again, and I was like, oh yeah, I've just
Oh.
died.
What did I say
I-
earlier? This is his mon that wants to win the game on its own.
He
Yeah.
got nightmare.
You gotta fear it.
Oh,
Blissey comes out,
God. Blissey's such a best.
gets rid of Espeon's burn.
So obviously we're on like turn 27, turn 28, and you are behind. You can-
I am indeed behind.
Well, in score only. Like,
Well, he's lost his Don fan and his Mega, and all he's lost is a stupid oven.
he still has a Tapu Koko.
He does
Yeah.
still have a Tapu Koko.
and his 2 walls.
Yeah. And I think a lot of John's stuff is on lower HP now.
I think, yeah, everything's taken a little bit of
Toxapex on
damage.
half.
Thumberry's popped.
Except for
Frankly,
Sharpedo.
that's
And
just
again,
low.
he keeps clicking this U-turn, and I'm not sure why he just isn't clicking a close combat. Because I think it would do more. I mean, I guess I could go to either Espeon or Tapu Koko, but they're frail enough that they just wouldn't care. Or that the Primate wouldn't care, rather. Oh, Rapid Spin to get rid of Bikes. Speed
Is he
boost.
gonna Mega Evolve at last?
Ah, this is
No.
the bit where he doesn't Mega Evolve. He
Oh,
goes for too many
yeah.
speed boosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Wouldn't
think
they said.
the extra damage from Mega Evolving. would
Yeah,
have
the
meant-
strong Jaws crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
you
no, I
didn't
do
need to
have,
be
I
that
have Earthquake
fast.
on this, don't I? Yes, I have Earthquake just to do a bit of damage. So
There's more than a bit to that.
Was Tapu Koko scarfed?
yes,
So did he only need 2 times speed? to
yeah,
outspeed
2 times
you?
speed would have been enough.
Right, okay. Yeah, and if you would have done it a turn earlier, then the extra damage would have been good.
Yeah, the extra damage probably would have been enough to kill. I've not actually done.
So
Lander comes
he
out.
needs to keep the Primate and the
See,
Landorus
now
alive.
here, because that Yachi Barrier is burned back on turn 6,
Yeah.
that Hidden Power Eyes one-shots it.
Yeah.
If it still had a Yachi Berry, it would have killed me back, and I would have been in trouble. I've seen nothing but U-turn from this thing, so I'm expecting another
You're
big
not really
U-turn.
scared.
So no,
And
I ran away
those-
with Espeon because I was expecting a U-turn. So that went into Coco.
Ooh.
Toxapex comes out into Electric Terrain. Bit of a
Thanks.
bunker. It's annoying. I get poisoned.
It doesn't really do much, especially as we've seen the aromatherapy on Blissey,
Yeah.
if you needed it.
I mean, it burns a turn of electric terrain. I mean, it's there's no downside to doing it.
It's just a bit unfortunate that everything that he had left at the end there, like he needed his physical mons to get through Blissey, but then his other stuff was weak to Tapu Koko. Like flying electric messes up Lander, or maybe not Lander so much, but messes up the Primeape, and then Psychic for Toxapex.
Yeah, I think the Achiberry being burned was the key turn for the whole thing, and the Avalugg actually getting to kill the Sharpedo.
Yeah.
If he had Mega Evolved earlier and killed the Avalugg, yeah, I think easily could have been.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that was your game, Joe. Congratulations on your win.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That left you with
4-0.
still undefeated. Yeah.
4-0 plus
Still crushing the competition.
plus 13 or something. Where are we? Plus 15 now because this is 2-0. Yeah.
And
Did
also,
that-
you,
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, and also you don't lose to your protege. Like, you're like, I'm still the master.
Yeah, that is
Young Padawan.
important actually.
I have the high ground.
So, barring any other matches that we played, like, did that guarantee you into Ruby, or is it still up in the air?
No, not at all. It's still up in the air.
Okay. Just because your massive win record and your massive score, I was just like, oh god.
I mean, the score will help, but the win record enough could completely flip it on its head.
Right.
Yeah, because
It all comes down to the last round.
last match.
Last
yeah.
round.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's never decided because of the size of the groups. That's just the way it is.
Okay. Right, so we're going to next game, which is going to be my match. So the Toddington Torrracats versus the Glasgow Gold Ducks.
The fan favourite Glasgow Kabutops.
Yeah.
Not seeing that Golduck there for mascot points this week.
I think Jinx is now his mascot.
I mean,
The Jinx has
it
come to
certainly
every
is
game.
lovely.
Yeah.
So, what was I thinking coming into this game? I don't really know. I was
You're
like,
thinking you were going to smash him, weren't you? You
No.
were going to fast.
no, because
Well, I knew you hadn't done any prep because you were like, I feel it's bad form to do prep, lots of prep against Stu. So I'm just gonna go for it.
Wow.
well, I didn't want to I think it would be a little bit BM if I just like asked Joe and Rob and yourself for like help for my match with yellow group people. So I assembled my team reasonably last minute. I believe Stu had a similar thing. He assembled his team sort of very last minute, and
I think that's just Stu in
too
general.
happy with it.
Isn't this the one where he said he just copy pasted his team from last week?
Oh, it might have been actually.
So I think he did not have a lot of time.
But saying
Prep
that,
himself.
like, the team was fine. The team that he brought was absolutely fine, and it was very nearly going to absolutely wreck me, as we'll sort of see in a sec. The only thing I will say that I planned that I know in Out of Your League, Dom said was just like, what? Why are we seeing this? On Jolteon I had the Toxic, because I knew that the Lantern was either going to be, well, it's either going to Water Absorb or Volt Absorb. So just in case it was a Volt Absorb, I wanted to lead with Jolteon, and if that did come out, I wanted a Toxic because I know it's sort of a little bit bulky.
Right. Well, shall we get into it and see that happen?
Yep. Okay. So Stu leads with the Lantern. I come out with my Jolteon. And there it is, turn one.
There's the
looks
Toxic
like.
turn one.
And then into a crit Ice Beam, but yes, that's fine. So now I'm just like, okay, get out there. Oh, actually, no, sorry.
No,
I
you
used to
protect.
Yeah,
Is there
it's
any
extra
sort
turn of
of-
Toxic.
Are
Extra
you
turn
any
of
sort of
Toxic, I
defensive
guess
on
so.
this Jolteon, or was it just pure speed and power?
I'm pure Toxic and Protect.
Now, we have to talk about this. This right here. What the hell are you doing? That is an electric
completely
type.
for about 10 seconds forgot that it was an electric type. And I was like, oh, I could just do this. And then I was like,
still
oh,
lives.
but I still live. So I'm like, okay, it's not too bad. I can still maybe kill this thing. And then I don't.
No.
And then I go down.
So
and
you just
once
lost your
again,
mana fee for a Toxic Lantern.
I've thrown away my mana fee. It's I'm still working out how to make it good.
It's meant to be one of the best ones in draft, but
I know,
you haven't seen it yet.
No, I know what I'm doing wrong with it, but It's tricky. Yeah, there's the lovely kiss.
All the lovely kiss.
Scouted with the protect.
Protect.
But then I was like, do you know what? I'd
didn't
rather
know.
the Jolteon be slept than everything else right now.
Do you have quick feet? So are you currently
no.
asleep but with 1 billion speed?
No, it was actually Volt Absorb. Yeah, bit of switching. And then this was the point that I knew I fucked up. I was like, I had not accounted for Calm Mind Suicune at all. Like, okay, toxic, that's fine.
Yeah, sleep or rest Suicune is
Yeah, when the rest
horrible.
comes out in a second, I am absolutely pooping my pants.
I remember when Rob has run like this set before, just trying to work out a way around it, just being like, nope,
Yeah.
nope, I
So I'm like,
just lose.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my Stab Electric special thing. Hope I wake up and see how much damage I do to it. Because I really didn't know what I was going to do about this right now. Still sort of trying to think of what I could do, so I'm looking at my other mons, like Glaceon's not going to do anything to it, Uxie's not going to do anything to it, so I've just got Salamence and Florges.
Only 29%.
Only 29%.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and there we go, he's calm-minded again. So I'm
With the sleep talk, yeah.
okay, I only have one chance now. So I Volt Switch out, and I go into Florges, because I'm like, okay, I've got a lot of special defense, so I can live a few hits.
And you've still got a
And-
light screen for one turn.
Got a light screen for a turn, so if he hits me, it's fine, it's going to do nothing.
Maybe
Oh,
you
no,
could have
it's
gone to
good.
Salamence there. I mean, you risk a Sleep Talk
could've.
Scold hitting you, but I think you could
I think that
smacked
would have
him back.
potentially knocked me out, because I was not invested in special defense. So yeah, and then I've got Calm Mind it as well, so I'm thinking, right, the only way I can match this is if I Calm Mind as well. Like, so I think I said in the chat later on that I got the idea from Stu. I was like, wait, maybe I can do this as well.
Had
So
the
I did.
Lumberry for the status
Yeah,
as well,
luckily
and
you
now
have
you're
Calm
just
Mind in there.
Yes. Yeah.
you're fighting him with the same, wars, just calm minding.
Yep. He gets the burn, which obviously sucks a little bit for me, but I'm
Better than a Toxic,
doing my best.
but
Better than a Toxic, absolutely.
Genjutsu wars right here. Just standing there with your minds calm and at
Yeah.
ease.
And this was another thing that I hadn't accounted for. I hadn't accounted for the pressure ability that was low in my PP. So
yeah.
Yeah, the PP still off.
I didn't realise that my synthesis were going down quite as much as they were. I think I was still roughly happy with it, because I was like, okay, well, I can just get max boost. By that point, I would run out of synthesis, and then I can just start hitting them. And then I can get it to low enough health that even if Silent Princess dies, I can knock out with Salamence, because it's got no defense boost. And I would be faster. But yeah, it was really scary. But I was wondering, like, why isn't he calm minding? Why isn't he boosting as well? He can see that I'm still boosting. And he's just scolding me, which is doing no damage. But if he boosted, it would be doing sort of a bit more.
If he
Yeah, you just keep
clicking Calm
boosting,
Mind
just
there.
keep doing it until good max, yeah.
Stu says,
But-
I
and then he
expected
just-
better from you, JP.
just
Not a
runs
thing
away.
you should do.
I'm-
JP is perfectly...
I don't like
You know.
using the stall strats. I like
But you
punching
will do.
people in the face. Dark
We see
Melatonin should
another-
be mine, but I don't like it.
Fire
Oh,
Punch.
it's a stupid
But yeah, and then
one.
he switched out, goes into Infernape, which unfortunately, like, it was good to go into the physical mon, but now
Yeah.
I am super buff and
Yeah.
ready to psychic away.
I think you need to go to something. I don't know if that Tangrowth is physical. If it is, you need to hit you on the physical side, because now it's just.
Yeah. And
It-
pressure is gone, so I now have more synthesis to use.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you can just keep clicking away.
Yep.
Burn doesn't matter because, as you said, you've got synthesis, so you can just get that back up.
See, actually, you outsped the Tangrowth, so
Yeah,
it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, and Tangro's got not great special defense. So, but yeah, at this point it's kind of a bit
Just
done.
GG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he Mega Evolves, then makes my Moonblast super effective.
Super
as well.
effective, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure he lived without the extra stats from Mega Evolving either, so.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. I think, like the guys on Outie League said, it was kind of Stu's match to win, but then the switch out, unfortunately,
He just got a bit bored.
put it in my court.
Got a bit bored of all the messing around.
Yeah.
All the
And that's why I
douchebaggery.
feel bad about it, because I don't want people to get bored of their match, so they mess up.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're doing quite well. But yeah, so yeah, it should have been a lot closer. But I got I got lucky there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if it had, if Stu had got bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it put me in the top of Sinnoh group. Not Sinnoh, Hoenn. So pretty happy with that.
Nicely done.
Cool.
Well, shall we move on to our third match?
Yeah, I think Stu, though, maybe a little bit like Oro from Street Fighter 3. He's so powerful that he just kind of limits himself.
See,
Because he gets bored otherwise.
It's like Kenpachi and
only
Bleach.
me
Where's the
and
iPad?
you understand that reference.
Well,
And
now
everyone
you
else
say
going,
that,
who
I'm
the
like,
fuck is Oro? And it's going back and looking him up and going, oh, he looks like he's melting.
It's like Samson, he cuts his hair before a match.
I mean, now you've said that, I realised that Street Fighter 3 may not be the most obvious of references.
That game
but
that
in my
came
world
out,
it
what,
is.
20 years ago or something?
It was a game that came out ages ago and no one played it.
I've said it now.
You have. And we'll keep
It was
coming back to that.
1997, the new generation came out, by the way.
1997. Jesus.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 3. Okay, so your match now, PK.
Yeah.
Right, so...
First of all, I'm noticing that you have not got the correct avatar on. What is that all about?
Yeah, I think I accidentally, cleared my, Oh, I think I've just done that now as well. Oh, no. Cleared all my, history and stuff on my Chrome. So it's got rid of
What you've
everything.
been looking
Too
at.
much porn. Too much
It's
porn.
like, you could save about 4 gigs of space if you just clear everything. It's like, oh yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? But yeah, okay, that's, that set me at a loss already, just having the wrong avatar, I
Tom
haven't
has brought his Sun team.
He's bought also. Oh, is that what it is?
Minus the Ninetales.
So I was wondering
Minus
what
the
this
nine.
was.
That's kind of a key point for us.
Oh, I know.
With
like-
the setter.
I knew he would bring Executor, because it did pretty well. I had an idea that he would bring Marowak, because again, it did pretty well against me. But then there was just a Cubone, and I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. I didn't bring Como, because
He has a
it didn't
Gardevoir.
Yeah, it's Gardevoir, Kyurem, and Tornadus, which he didn't bring. He didn't bring the Tornadus T, which I was
Oh, yeah. His Flappy Bird.
expecting. Yeah, and when I was doing a little bit of research, I was like, well, Hariyama occasionally does the same thing that Como does, but lives
Yeah.
a lot of things. So I was like, oh, I'll just bring Arm instead.
When you said Cubone just then, who did you mean?
I meant Marowak.
Wait, because you said Marowak, and then you said, but then he brought a Cubone,
Oh.
as well as after you talked about Marowak. Sorry,
Ah.
were you talking about Shift Tree? Or
Can you not see it? It's just behind Kyurem, just behind that rock.
The
in
seventh
back.
one. Cubone on his team.
Give up, Bubba.
Those low tier mons that I meant. Executor, Marowak, and Shiftry. Yes,
Shiftry,
those are the ones
okay,
I meant.
yes.
Right, yeah.
You got to be careful taking out the Marowak. The Cubone will avenge it.
Oh, no. Oh,
avenge its
please,
mother's
no.
death. It's female as well, the Marowak.
I was also a little bit sad he didn't bring Magnezone. Mainly because on my Among Us, I had a little bit of a stomping tantrum directly for it. And then I was like, oh no. But yeah, again, looking at his team, my whole plan was essentially get up a light screen and then I don't die to Gardevoir or Kyurem for the most part. If they're, obviously if Kyurem's special. And then I'm just like, I'm just going to click attacks because I'd been playing a bit more defensively, and I was like, alright, this game I'm going to try to be more offensive, like my team actually should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
So
well, shall we get into it?
let's start.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Right, so I send out Diancie first, and I was like, whatever he sends out, I'm pretty much just going to click an attack.
Joe versus.
So,
Good. That's what you should do with your massive sweeper.
I
That's
know,
what keep saying. But then you
Where's
do
the
this.
sandstorm?
No, then you
I
do
know,
this. You
yeah, I
fucking
know,
idiot.
I know.
You fucking idiot.
I had the plan going in that I was just like, alright, I can just get a free light screen off here, this is fine.
Why?
But it's not free, it's cost
No,
you
it's cost you
56%.
Oh.
But I've got a wish, passing thing on the back, see, I could have just wished up, gone straight back into it. But
That
accidentally-
was a lot of damage
That indeed was a lot of
to your
damage.
Vaporeon.
I was not physically defensive on Vaporeon, I'm pretty
So,
Oh,
why
wow.
did you go to your Vaporeon? That is the question. Why didn't you go to the Amoongus, for
She's now come
example?
out. Oh, there it is!
You know.
The sunny day! He's
So
brought,
I
he's
did
brought
not-
it on the shift
I did not
tree.
know this was a Sun team at all, even until about the fact that you just said it was a Sun team. Did I actually know?
There we go. I mean, Shift Tree gets chlorophyll. It does have pretty decent offensive stats.
Executor gets chlorophyll as well.
And
does
Harvest.
it?
And Harvest.
Yeah, I was thinking more of Harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the Sun
But
team.
here's where the Sun actually comes into work against him,
yes.
Stealing. his
because
sun.
I would not have killed him without the Sun. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? It was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've channeled
Yeah,
your
I'm pretty
inner
sure.
Dom. Stealing.
I'm just clicking
sun.
attacks, and now I'm just like, oh, I've got nothing really. I just
You've got
Chandeler's
nothing,
done its
nothing
job.
for a Moxie choice.
Chandeler's done
card.
its job. It's like, all right, you've killed the big mon. And it's like, I'm not really scared of the crocodile, but that was my that was my first mistake.
I'm really sad that I put back Crocodile because Tom has shown me how cool it can be. Like, it can tank stuff, it can just not die, keep switching in and out, and then you can bring it Choice Scarf and just one-shot things.
There with the close combat, I wasn't sure if it'd be faster than Marowak, but I just clicked it anyway. I was like, and substitute. I was like, oh sweet, I can just
I'm not going
get it.
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not
Keep
going
clicking this
anywhere.
move.
Yeah, I've still got 4 monsters too. I think we got this.
Yeah, I think when I watched it, I was like, oh, well, good job, PK, 14 turns in, and we're
Yeah.
going to win. But,
And then
Let's see what happens.
send out Diancie. It's like, all right, Moonblast's gonna kill it. That's
cool.
fine.
You got the cure. Cool,
I was
3
like,
versus 1.
yeah.
Now, what can this Crocodile possibly do?
Get a
Well,
win.
you got
Finally, I'm gonna get a
Vaporeon
win.
is dead. It's on
Yeah,
2%.
Vaporeon is pretty dead, yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
that also didn't help because I couldn't really get it out.
The
Wish
Moxie boost. Oh,
And
I feel
then-
like this is where you fucked up because you've gone to Vaporeon instead of straight into Excadrill. Giving
I think
him-
Excadrill still
I
would have gone
think
down
as soon
to
as
an Earthquake.
Diancie goes
Really?
down, this
Super
no,
effective.
it's
Super
super
effective
effective
Earthquake.
and Moxie boost. As soon as Diancie went down, I was done. Like because I was just clicking protect just to see if I could get 3 in a row. And he was like, "Surely you're sashed on your on your Excadrill," and I was definitely not.
What were you?
I was.
Because you're not choiced. Because otherwise you would outspeed, I think.
I can't actually remember what I was. But even if I was sashed, I don't think I could have one-shot it. Oh,
Really?
I was
No, if you
scarfed.
had an X-Scissor could have killed it, I reckon.
I don't think I had X's on it.
Well, that was your mistake.
It was. It was. The Crocodile. Yeah, all I've got in my notes for Excadrill versus Crocodile is the word no. So. That's
But PK, you just had to fight it.
You can't just put in your notes, no.
Believe me, I've done that
I mean,
for a lot
you
of
can.
things. Yeah, because that no means it shouldn't be out against it. That's
Yes.
what that means. And it turned out that obviously there was nothing I could do really because it was the last mon. And
Which is why you've got to find a way to counter the thing that kills the thing that you're worried
usually,
about.
like I
So you have
know,
to-
but I've
you'd
been
have to
doing that
spec
with
that
other
Excadrill
mons.
to get his Crocodile. Because
But
then he won't expect it. Yeah.
But funnily enough, I wasn't actually worried about Crocodile. I was worried about, like, you know,
You will be.
Tornadus, Magnezone, Galvantula, Kyurem, Gardevoir.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you may not bring it actually, but I was wrong, and I paid the price. So that's
dearly.
that is another loss in my column. That is 3 lucids
3
in
loses.
a row, which
Wow.
didn't happen last season.
Shall
But-
we have a look at
Joe's trying to
your
rapidly
scores?
move us on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm aware that our last episode was like a fucking hour and a half or something, and then even our smaller one is still going to be like minimum
People
45.
Love
People
the
don't
2
want to listen to.
episodes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like.
we're just
no
a
one
secondary
wants
show.
to
It's
waste so
fine.
much time.
Like,
True.
Oh.
Alright. Okay, so on to the tiers.
Yes.
Tits.
So,
They're
a
fucked.
familiar face at the top. Yeah.
The 2 at the top are like where they've been this entire season. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's side's gone completely topsy-turvy. Mine's got, like, some stuff at the top, some stuff at the bottom, and then that boy in third, ruining everything. Crispy and the Kingswood Kabutops.
Yeah,
Outperforming all measures.
You're not allowed to be third.
I certainly underestimated Crispy.
It should be where the Bristol Braveries are.
I find it interesting that after all the matches, he's the only one that's on 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's been quite even. Like,
It's been, well, really even, judging by all the 2 wins, 2 losses in the middle with reasonably even poker scores, except for the Leafyboi Torrracats. So yeah, just quickly run through it. So at the top, you got the krocs, once again topping the leaderboard with a massive plus 15 score. Sheffield Ninjas in second, similar win-loss ratio, and plus 9 poker score, and then the Kingswood Kabutops in third, 3 wins, 1 loss, and plus 5 poker score. So what I want to know is, why is the Kingswood Kabutops doing so well?
He's playing well, and he has a good team.
Yeah,
he has a nice core going, and
yeah, I think I mean, I think I mentioned
spreadsheet. The man has a massive spreadsheet.
We have seen this massive spreadsheet. Yeah. Is it all the spreadsheet though? Is that what's
he's
doing
putting in a lot of work.
Exactly.
He's putting in a lot of work, and it's paying off.
Yeah, I think I definitely have undervalued his team. I'll say that now. Sorry, Chris, I undervalued your team. I really underestimated the strength of a load of Ninetales with Zygarde. Well, Zygarde's just been
also remember,
monster.
He has a Zygarde and
Zygarde.
And like,
there is talk of moving Zygarde to Uber.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's being suspect texted as we speak. So.
I mean, it is
I could see it.
A legendary. It's like the Rayquaza of X and Y.
The fact that 1,000 Arrows is a completely absolute bullshit.
Well, the
1,000
problem
Arrows
is apparently it's got so many viable different sets that you could run on it that are all good, that even if you know it's coming, it's very hard to prepare for, because it could be Dragon Dance, it could be Choice Band Extreme Speed, it could be a tanky 1,000 arrowy thing, it could be sub stuff. Like, there are loads of different stuff you can do on it, so
yeah,
we'll have to see what the test comes out as.
Has he bought the Go-Go yet?
Has he bought? No.
It's still
Why hasn't he bought the Go-Go?
Has ever bought the Go-Go?
No.
To my knowledge.
If he doesn't bring it, I'm going to draft it next season. I'm going to bring it to every goddamn game because I want to see it, and I want to see it do well.
A little thing about Zygarde actually though is it has more signature moves than any other Pokemon.
Oh really?
But 3 of them
are
the same type, power, accuracy, and PP. It's just what the additional effects are different. So 3 of them are essentially the same moves.
Is Power Construct a move as well as an ability?
No, I believe it's just an ability.
Just an ability. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can't like use a move and become
it's triggered.
Complete.
Isn't it triggered when you use 1,000 arrows when you have? Is that it? I don't know.
I think
we don't play Ubers.
I thought it was just if you were below half health, you just become complete.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. So moving down the table now, we've got the Leafyboi Torrracats on 2 wins, all of these on 2 wins, 2 losses, plus 6 Pokemon score, and then Idiot Kids are on plus 4. Toddington Torrracats plus 1, finally getting to positive score. Then Pinston Palpitos on 0, same as the Limehouse Luxrays. Ray with the Bar City Bouffalance minus 1, sitting there with the double S score. Have we overestimated his team, or is there something else going on?
Well, he's got
the team
a very
is good. Like,
bulky team.
There's no getting away from the team. It is a good team. Like,
but I think Ray is worried that he hasn't got a win condition, which is why he's bringing this Yan Mega all the time as his. I've got to win. It's got to sweep. It's the only way I can win at the end. I mean,
it's a very good sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, it worked against Rob for sure.
Yeah, but so most things this season.
Got to shoot some fires. Rob.
This is all I've got. Like, we're on the same score this round, so it's like it's all I've got.
Oh, that's true. I think with Ray's team, like, it is a very good team, and like you look at it and you just want to kill yourself because you're like, how do I get through all this team? But what everyone's doing is everyone's just bringing really sort of bulky teams, or tanky. Like, I think that's what you did. You brought like a really bulky variation of your team to match his bulk, so that you can sort of have your own little
Well, his
Stall
team
War.
is too bulky to bring a fragile sweeper against, because you
Yeah.
just go, oh, well, I don't kill this thing, and then
now
I die.
he's psychological
Yeah, so
or something.
you might as well actually match up with his bulk, and then
Yeah.
you can at least have, a proper boxing match of it, and
Yeah.
swinging left and right. Or I'm just going, haha, oh, I've died.
Ah, that's true. Okay, then we've got the Malford Masquerades on -1 score as well. So both the Out of the League sort of original hosts on the same score. Then
As is the Peniston Dogs. All of them.
oh yeah, they're all in the
all
middle
of
bit
them are there.
Yeah, they're all there.
They're all there. That's for sure. They are all
And then
there.
the Chippenham Down Charmeleons on
So,
-4.
about this middle group, as we've got
Yep.
half of the league at 2 and 2, is that an indication that the teams are just very well balanced? Like everything.
No,
I think-
but that's how it mathematically works out.
Well, no, I think
Well-
we have 3 people on a positive score and 5 people on a negative score.
Yeah, like, I
As
think
in
this could
win
be
to loss
more.
ratio.
This
But-
could be more. You could have more people on
Yeah.
higher scores and more people on lows, but we've got quite a good chunk of people in the
Yeah,
middle.
it's a nice middle ground. So I think things are slightly, the playing field was evening out. You don't really have too many teams that are just like, oh well, we've just been just completely outdrafted by everything. I think it's nice that there is just a big middle section.
Yeah, you got a couple of teams that have stomped and a couple of teams that have.
I love a big
underperformed.
middle section.
Yeah. Everyone's got at least a win. So
There's that.
yeah, no one has failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just before we get onto the bottom lot, I just want to say I'm pretty sure that the only reason why the Chippenham Town Charmeleons is there is because of their horrendous luck that they've been
Chris
having.
Luck.
Oh,
It's just
no.
ongoing. Tweet out hashtag Chris Luck. Make it trending, because my god.
I can't
feel
believe
bad.
it. What was that stat from
The
Ed?
Natured Matter stat. Yeah, the updated one was.
Oh, it was like
365 days of the year, and I asked you to guess every one, and it would be the last one of the 365.
Oh yeah.
It would be the correct one after you had 364 wrong.
And it was
guesses.
more
So
likely
they-
that
like,
you would
oh.
guess on that last one than for him to miss all the Nature's Madnesses that he's
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah, that's
Essentially, that's
some
bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is some bullshit.
Just bring
right
Super Fang. It's like the same, but better.
there.
don't think
Is that
Taffy
100%
learned
accurate?
I don't think so actually, but it's a different move, so maybe it'll treat him better. Right.
But
and the-
it's not just Nature's Madness. There is much other Chris Luck going on. So,
yeah. There's been some stasis, some crits.
yeah, all sorts.
Cool. And then
He'll turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last 5, we've got the Luton Town Leafybois. So all these are 1 win minus 3 losses. Still a neutral Pokemon score, despite your terrible win rate.
I'm calling it back. I'm gonna go not 1. Like we're just playing for a draw, and then seeing how it goes.
So what's that? So the game that you won really hard, and the games you've lost have been quite close.
Yeah.
That's how I'm reading that.
I mean,
Yeah.
they've been made close rather than actually being close. I feel like
right.
because it got to a point where it's just like I think I've just lost.
I
but
mean,
I've
the
clawed
score
it
is the
back.
score. The score
Yeah.
is the score.
Yeah.
You can.
And I try to keep it, as close as possible to looking
Yeah.
respectable.
You don't
Even-
sort of think, oh well, I've lost, and then stop trying. Like you always go for the differential.
Hell yeah, you don't give up, man.
Yeah. Are you still happy with your B rating on that?
I
Joe?
am perfectly happy with your
for the
ratings of
Luton
my
Town?
team.
Yeah. I mean, I rated you an A minus. I think I still stand by that. But it's a scary team to prep for, and I think you've just been beset by bad matchups. Maybe that's why it should be slightly lower, just because it does have some bad matchups in terms of if they have a
Relative
steel
strength
type,
to the
if they have
rest
a
of the
fairy type.
teams rather than it actually being,
Well, yeah, because
the team
your
itself.
team is very weak to steel and fairy with your 2 quad weaknesses to it.
And water.
fairy, steel, dragon is a very popular point type. So maybe having Como and the Dancy on the same team, maybe not the best
Also
idea.
surprisingly weak to water, even though I have a thing with water absorb. Because it's like, well, there's a chandelier there as well. It's like, oh man.
what's the water absorb? Is that
Vaporeon's a bit.
It's actually Vaporeon, yeah. Which you should bring to every game, so you're covering it at least.
Yeah, I mean it's there, but there's only so much I can actually predict them to not predict that.
Right, then Glasgow Golducks on a -4 score after he sort of threw his match against me.
Yep.
Bristol Braveries on -6. They got a win.
They got a 6-0.
They got a win.
Rob was happy.
Yeah.
He's back into it. I told him all he needed was one win, just a taste of that sweet cocaine.
That sweet crack, which is so incredibly Moorish,
and he's back.
And he's
feeling himself.
He's back. He's prepping. He's loving life.
I'm happy to see Rob rejuvenated. Things like his losses that he had in Red Group, like he lost to Ray, who has a very good team, and I think was his first match against Ray? Was it against?
His first match was against Ray, I thought.
So you got to go in first round against the scariest team in the league.
And then the second match was against you, JP.
The second match against me, which was very close. Sam Warner reckons that Rob should have won. I think if I hadn't derped, I would have won sooner. But
I agree.
And then, it had a match against Joe, which was clearly one-sided because it was a complete mismatch on the teams.
On teams and skill.
Oh, wait, I wasn't going to say that. I was just saying team. But yeah, so like I think Rob's had it a little rough. Like he's still good and he's got a good team.
And he has a Volcarona.
And he's got his win now, so we're just going to see him plough forward, hopefully. And he'll make his way back into third place in the Ruby Cup. I want to see him get third place in Ruby Cup again.
I want him to come all the way up the top because my team shits on him.
Yeah,
I want to see him the grand
back
final
down.
and then I'll shit on him.
You'll build them up and then just
transfer period out of your league, guys.
I would like to have maybe a loan system.
A loan system. I want John's shaming. There we go. Right.
I want the Toxapex and the Flanders.
We've got our last two teams, the Middlesbrough Metapods on -8. Was this the game where they was drunk?
I believe so.
Yes, I think so.
He's acquired some more negative score. That's what happens when you get smashed before you get smashed.
Winners don't do drugs, kids. Like, remember that.
It says the guys that were just talking about crack.
It's not a performance-enhancing substance.
We were just saying that Rob's doing well, not doing the crack. And then Hanwell Haunters, unfortunately, on -13 now, after a bit of a loss to
a bit of a 6-0 in.
Yeah.
And Rob played for that 6-0 as well. Like, I was on TeamSpeak with him, and I did say, like, I think you need the 6-0 just for yourself, and so he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna play for it.
Okay. When Marion was preparing for the match, it was quite funny. There was John and Sam.
Oh yeah,
they all came online on the TeamSpeak.
Yeah.
And then I sort of joined partway through to see how they're getting on, and it was going all right. I think they would be a bit mean though, because like they found a strategy that Marion did quite well against, and then they mixed it up instantly and then didn't tell her, so it was like so it was kind of like, haha, well if I do this then you're fucked, and it was like, oh well, I mean, I guess that's fair ugh, but
gotta keep on the toes. More information, the better.
Yeah, I know. I know. Maybe rather than just be like, haha, you lose, be like, oh, by the way, I could do this thing, so you need to think about that, and then do it. But otherwise, I think she's still learning, so she's doing fine.
Yeah, as the mistakes get ironed out.
Yeah, you just got to lose a load of games to learn.
Yeah, it's like every fighting game. You got to do nothing but lose. Like 6 solid months, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm getting the hang of this now.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, where
find a character you want, and that's great.
I'm like middle of the table, and when I joined in the Monotype League, I lost almost every game. I felt like I lost most of my games. And look at me now. I'm
Rock type,
Yeah, rock type.
I mean, I didn't
Doing
in my
okay.
first season, but I think now it's coming back to bite me. So
Yeah, but you had us.
I had a Tapu Koko.
You
I think
had a
I'm
Tapu
on the
Koko.
monotype.
Yeah, and then you were doing quite well in the season that never got finished, season 0.
Yeah, I was doing alright in that, and then
Even with your gash team.
I can't remember what it was. I can't even remember my team. Christ.
Another
So long ago.
episode, I want to go through
Yeah,
the season 0 squads.
we will do season 0 team review. I think. That could be
Yeah,
a
I
Well,
think
me and
was-
JP have gone back and watched a few of the old videos before I was in the group. I think before even he was in the group. Like,
Rob had fucking Landorus Incarnate.
I know.
Wait, is it Incarnate?
Yeah, Incarnate.
Yeah, is that the one that's the Uber
Yeah,
Uber one,
the
yeah.
super broken one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
look forward to that.
bastard?
Right. So should we move on to last section, which is going to be the name rater?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Can we get this done in 8 minutes? I think not.
Well,
if you speak at 4 times speed, then yes.
Right. Who should we do first? So we've got myself and the Kingswood Kabutops.
I think should we start with you and then we'll move on to
Yeah.
the Kingswood Kabutops second.
So, Toddington Torrracats, let's go.
Hello.
If you want to bring up that image. The image has now appeared on the screen for the viewers.
What image?
Yeah, it hasn't appeared for your co-hosts.
No, it
Yeah,
hasn't
you
been for
haven't
you.
sent us an image.
No, it's just the one on Facebook.
Put one on Facebook.
The
Just the team.
the team one.
Oh,
yeah, just so you can
right.
see the Pokemon. So when I
I thought.
Right.
so,
I was
just
like,
so you know
oh,
the order that I'm going to go through
I
them.
thought you just sent us the names, and I was like, oh, wait.
No.
Okay. Hang on.
I'm gonna cut that out now as well.
Yes, you
The bane of the editing role. Cool.
You don't need to cut it, just keep it all in. It's fine.
Maybe. I'll see how it sounds. Right. On to my mons. So first up, you got Mellow Punny, which I have endearingly called Bun Buns with a Z. It's just a cute rabbit thing. Bun Buns.
Fair enough.
What is
fair
all
enough.
that? I hear some pissing from you
It's
guys.
too sexual. It's too sexual, and you know it.
It's just a right bunny. Leave
You're
it
all
alone.
about those buns, aren't you?
Yeah, what about those buns?
It doesn't even have buns.
You disgust
Look at it. It's
me.
got legs. Anyway, Manaphy I've called Dampened Spirit.
I quite like because it's wet and it's also been a bit of a letdown. So
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
dampened spirit. Oh.
Coming off
It
from my...
reminds me of my fragile hope from last season.
Yeah. Last season it was not that great, so coming in with some dampened spirits, and also it's a wet little fairy thing, so I think it works quite well.
Can I just say I think PK's gone quiet.
Oh, have I?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah?
you seemed very quiet for the last bit there.
Oh.
When we were talking about the local.
Yeah, the Manaphy specifically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, it'd be fine.
No,
I had nothing
I think it's
important
fine.
to say.
It's fine.
Okay.
You okay? Do you need some help? We're here for you, brother.
Alright then, Waka.
Right, Salamence. So, in the previous season 1 when I brought it, I named Salamence and Ampharos and Pangoro after the 3 Egyptian god cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! So Salamence was Slifer.
Yeah.
Pangoro
The executive
was,
producer.
Yeah, Slifer the executive producer. Pangoro was Obelisk the Tormentor, and then the Ampharos was
Mega Ultra Chicken.
Mega Ultra Chicken, Winged Dragon of Ra, so I usually just called it Ra. So there was an interesting comment by Sam Orner when I took him out of quarters. It was like damned inflatable lizard, and I flippin' love that name, so I've stuck with it.
I actually really like that.
Like, when you said that, it looks at it. It just looks like something you'd throw out on a swimming pool. And it would
The
just float.
Macy's parade of just, all the inflatable toys. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that actually works.
yeah. So I quite like that. Thanks, Sam,
Even-
for that one.
Shelgon looks like he's been wrapped in a nylon.
Yeah, that's the packaging, and then you like inflate it. It becomes Salamence. Oops, sorry,
Yeah, unfurls.
popped my mic. And then Entei. This is a bit of a. I don't know. This is just one that I called it my in-game name for it. Barking Mad. Because in the original games I didn't quite understand how it worked. Like you would just randomly run into it, and then it would run away, and then I would chase it all over. I would look on the Pokedex, see where it was, fly to that location that wasn't there, and then I'd be doing that for hours. And eventually I'd find it, and then I wouldn't catch it because it would run away again. And by the time I caught it, I was really pissed off, so I was like barking mad.
I don't think I ever did that in the games. I just saw they did it, and I was like, oh, I don't need to catch them all. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, this was like before the days of Celebrity. I literally had a magazine that told me these things. So,
Nice.
yeah. So I didn't completely get it. But yeah. Anyway, so it's called Barking Mad. Jolteon. First game I brought it. It had a Zed Celebrate set on it. So I called it. I named it after the artist that sang the song Celebration. Celebrate good times. Come on, that one, which is Kool and the Gang. But since then, yeah, so yeah, it's the little hint in the name.
A little
there.
musical reference. I liked it.
Yeah. But then since then, I thought Z Celebrate is a stupid idea on Jolteon. Why not just bring Flame Orb or like Choice Specs or something like that? And I've called it Yang after Yang in Ruby because it's yellow spiky thing. Oh, it's really cool. I like it.
What I think you should do is amalgamate the two, so it's Kool and the Yang.
Cool. Wow.
just that they never know which one it is.
Oh my god, I love that. That's so good. Cool. Yeah.
You can get that one for free.
Yeah.
Thank you for that bounty you've given me. Maybe I might have to do that. Cool. And then Florges, I have called Silent Princess. Been that since season 1. It's the flower from Breath of the Wild, the blue flower that you get, that's sort of got connotations to Zelda and all that. So yeah, I just liked it because it's a flower thing. Everyone thinks it's a grass type. It's not. I mean, it's definitely a grass type. And then I've got Uxie as my boy. I've not really given him the role of his namesake, but he's called Godfist because he learns all the elemental punches. And he's like,
And
He
he
looks
is
like that Lee Sin.
Yeah, I was gonna say his shiny
Yeah,
form
that's
is Lee
all it
Sin
is.
Godfist.
yeah, shiny looks like the Godfist Lee Sin, which is a League of Legends skin for anyone that doesn't play League. I'll put an image up so you can see it. Then I've got Aggron. Couldn't really think of a name, but it's kind of like a Triceratops, so I called it Triceracop.
Yes, he Triceratops.
I can't even remember the name of the show. What's it
Kung
from?
Fury.
Yeah,
Kung
from Kung
Fury,
Fury. That's
yeah.
the one. Yeah. Which I kind of like because he's kind of police colours. He's got like darker uniform on. Yeah, it's neat. He's got a little hat. Then I've got
no partner.
no need to... yeah, we'll see that next week. Then tier 5, Meowstic even. So I've obviously got 2 forms for it. So it's got 2 names. I'll come back to the male one in a bit, but the female one is called Chairwoman Meow.
Chairman, yeah.
Nice.
I like my puns. I'm not gonna come up with a different cat name every time like I did with Cabalion.
Inspector Horse.
Inspector Horse, after Inspector Morse,
Nice.
etc. But yeah, and then so I've got Lipard, which I did have a different name for it, but I settled with Knockoff Cat because it learns knockoff.
And the
It's a cat.
wonderful video of Lipard knocking
Knock
off.
off.
Yeah. Which I'll put a link in the description if you watch
In the
this on
doobly-doo.
YouTube. In the doobly-doo. Yeah, so I've called it Knockoff Cat. So I thought, well, if this is the fake cat, it's Doctor, it's not quite the real cat, then the real cat is my Meowstic male, which I've called the real Macat, after the real McCoy.
Real.
Ah, nice.
I mean, no top cat?
No,
The
Top Cat.
indisputable leader of the gang. He's the boss.
the
He's
leader
the
of the
pip. He's the
gang.
championship.
No, that's T-Cat.
T-cat. Oh, you're the top cat.
I am the
leader
top
of
cat.
the yang. It all
My
makes
God.
sense. Oh.
This is the leader of the
And it all unfolds
Undisputed.
into one glorious narrative. So
Oh
we've
my
cracked it. We've cracked it.
skit incoming. Right, and then my last Pokemon, Glaceon, which I feel like it hasn't actually hit the field. I brought it twice, but I haven't done anything yet. So I keep thinking like, oh, am I going to change its name? I don't know. But for now, I've settled on Whitey-chan. Which I know that PK likes. It's our name, or like an internet name for Hitsugaya Toshiro from Bleach. Yeah, he's
I thought it was
little...
just racist.
Oh, no.
Well, I like the shiny one as well because it's white with a cool blue sort of the hair stuff on it. Yeah, so that was my that's all my names, all my Pokemon. Hopefully they're not shit. What do you guys reckon? What's your favourites?
What do we like here? I like Triceratops.
Yeah, that's
Triceratops,
my favourite.
Yeah. Knockoff cat I actually really like, just because it's like, oh, he's just a knockoff. Well,
He's not quite a real cat. He's
I like inflatable lizard as well, just because it works so well. Yeah.
I think Dampened Spirit is probably my favourite though, just because it is so like, oh.
And then you try to kill it and it doesn't die because it's got 100 every stat, and you're like, oh, my spirit. So dampened.
so dumb.
Yeah, I think, again, for me, I think it's just inflatable lizard, Triceratops, and Cooler Than Yang, because I came up with that just now.
Yeah.
So.
Cooler Than Yang is my absolute favourite name of all time. Especially when you say T-Cat, leader of the Yang.
The undisputed
Leader
of the Yang.
Oh, so good. Right. Cool. So on to
And the gang.
Chris Patella's lovely team of the Kingswood Kabutops.
Come on.
Kingswood Kabutops.
They've been in the league for 2 seasons now. Come on.
I know, but when you're on the mic, it's really difficult to remember it. So I feel
You feel Sam's pain.
I feel Sam's pain. I feel Dom's pain. Ray is a beast, so he got them down early.
Alright, well, shall I take us through his list?
Yeah.
Through the list.
Kindly sent in. We want everyone else to send in their lists. We will come asking for them if we need them. But,
We'll come for you.
as you send, if you could just send them on over, that would speed things up.
Yeah.
So first of all, we got the Slowbro, the Mega Slowbro, and which is called Gert Rude. So
Get rude.
yeah, has obvious connotations to Ray's nickname of Gertrude, and of course the Bristolian. Oh, it's Gertrude, mate. Like, you might go on Gertrude.
It's like he's in the room with us.
Exactly. It's I think it's a good little marrying of the two.
I like that a lot. It's just sad that it's not come to that many games, or it's come to the games he's lost. But all one of them.
Yeah, yet to shine. Next up, we have the Zygarde, which he has called Succorer. And he says here, the meaning of Succorer is to give assistance in time of want, difficulty, or distress.
Yep.
But it's also got core in it. It's in the word. Core is in the word.
Okay. And Zygarde's based off a core thing.
Core, which means it ties into being both a core in my team and a complete core of Zygardes.
I like that. Yeah. I looked at it, I thought it was like Succorer as in like sugar. Like
yeah. I thought it was like Succorer because it's got like tentacles and like.
Okay.
I don't like the name.
It was a lot. I like it because how highbrow that name is. I very much like.
It's very highbrow, but us lowbrow people that appreciate
you peons who don't understand the the vernacular of the English language. You boys in the slums, like you don't get it. You just don't understand. I like it, Chris.
We're all about a nice Triceratops.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not above going to
internet memes.
Funny reference. Woo!
I do like a good callback.
Next, nothing better than a good call. Next up is Thunderous T, which is called Lion-O, which is in regards to, of course, the leader of the Thundercats.
Lion-O, snarf, snarf.
Last season, I called my Thunderous T Thundercat as a reference to Thundercats. So it's going on one more stage. It's going to have to get more specific as it moves on.
Yeah, I do really like the Lion-O name, though I would probably use it for an Incineroar instead, but I'm still perfectly happy with it on a Thundurus.
I mean, the Thunder. It's the Thunder one, JP. It's in the name.
The name.
Next up, we have the Ninetales Alola, which is, I'm going to say this horribly wrong, but
me and JP were looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
But...
Yes.
Kyura Kore Kitsune, Yeah, they were looking forward to find out what it means. It's literally nine-tailed ice fox in Japanese.
Nine-tailed ice fox. Okay, it's literally just a
it's literally a translation of that.
Yeah.
So there is no super fancy hidden meaning. No, it's a reference to a obscure character.
Yeah.
It is literally just written in Japanese.
Well, see, you and Kitsune, I guess. It was just the middle part that was kind of like, don't really know what that is.
Yeah, because Kitsune is Japanese for fox, but then I was like, Kyurakori is not in my vocabulary for Japanese.
Your weed
Well,
vocabulary.
Q is 9, but I guess the Orikori changes
The
it.
Harakiri.
The Harakiri.
Next up we have Kabalion, which, as we know, you've called Inspector Horse and...
Sorry, I've taken all the names.
Many other things.
He calls it Nakor or Nakor.
Nakor.
Which is one of the best characters in Raymond E. Feist's books, along with Arutha, which is the name that Chris uses as his gamer tag.
I never knew what the hell that was. Like,
what is with all these highbrow names?
For being the Blue Rider is the Knuckle.
Okay.
I have not even heard of or read these books.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even know how to read.
I'm starting to feel pretty stupid.
Like, all crazy. Like,
he's fooled by that Bristolian accent. There is a mind behind that man.
Yeah, like we see the Pokemon come out in the games. You're like, oh, what's it called? Oh, I don't get it. Then you hear the reasoning. It's like, this guy's a genius.
Then next up we have Umbreon. Which I'm not sure that we've actually seen yet. Has it come to any matches?
I feel like I've not seen it since PK used it last season.
Yeah. Well, the Hitoshura. Yeah.
I say that because I don't recognise the nickname, and it is Great John the Dark, which is a reference to Game of Thrones with Great John and being from House Umber. So Dark Umber.
So it's got nothing to do with Handsome John then. Great John.
No, it's John without a H, and Cox is John with a H.
Okay.
I bought my car off someone called John Cox. It wasn't our John Cox.
Oh. Okay.
But every time I look
There
at my
are
car
other John
keys,
Cox.
and I'm like, that guy.
Cars. Okay. Great John.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Great John the Dark. Yeah. Next up we have Tentacruel, called Gyro. He wanted a short and sweet, cool word for spin, as he's always going to carry rapid spin. Makes sense.
Nice.
Yeah, I see it.
Then Delphox, it's Debbie McGee. Debbie McGee being the assistant to the magician Paul Daniels. was staring in Strictly Come Dancing. Oh, starring. Sorry, I can't read. As I just said, I can't read. Was starring in Strictly Come Dancing on the latest season, which apparently Chris must be a fan of. I mean, we're finding out so much about Chris this week.
God, yeah, he reads, he watches Strictly.
He reads, he likes Strictly. Oh.
He's a filthy casual, that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's doing well, damn!
A learned fellow.
He does a learned fellow.
We have the Exatu, which I think everyone's been pretty impressed with how well it's doing.
Incantotem.
They're just forgetting the magic bats.
Incantotem.
I really like this name.
I agree. Right.
Exatu, perfect.
I thought it was a reference to Crash Bandicoot, but apparently I'm completely wrong.
Incantotem.
Yeah, I thought that was a thing they said, but no,
Isn't it Ikambokum?
Yeah, it's that.
Or is that?
But I thought it was a mix of that and the fact that it was a totem and then it was like a mat. I thought, oh yeah, it's a Crash reference, but actually, he's just combining incant and totem because it's kind of like a magic totem, and I love it. Is what he says.
And incant is just a chant.
So,
like an
magic bounce or
incantation.
magic guard?
Yeah. Magic bounce.
Magic bounce. Okay.
It's that and Espeon. Like the only.
Right. Yeah. I was getting confused with Sigil.
Or you get Mega Diancie. So.
Yeah. Like that guy.
Hell
we have next up.
There it is. The go.
Go.
Bring it.
It lives.
Do it.
Who's called Bill the Goat, named after Bill the Pony from Lord of the Rings. It's more suitable due to its ties to a billy goat, so it works on both. Bill the Goat, lovely.
The extra level of genius.
Oh
my god, blowing me away with these.
Finally,
reasons.
we've got the Quagsire, which I'm not sure that we've seen yet, but
No.
his nickname for it is King Bog the First. And he said here that every time it gets killed, the next one will be King Bog the Second, King Bog the Third, King Bog the Fourth, and so on. So, yeah, I
Now, is that a reference to the movie Strange Magic, I presume?
Oh, I have no idea. I've not heard of that film.
I like to
It
just think
was-
of it as a blob that just dies and then it spawns into more blobs that you have to kill.
He was voiced by Alan Cumming in that film. It was an animated film.
Alan, what?
Alan Cumming.
The sense of it, Jesus.
Lowbrow! Yay!
Oh, bringing it back down to our level. Let's go.
Yes, sorry, I was feeling bad about myself with all this highbrow naming.
Well, there. Well, that's all of those. So,
Yeah.
what do people think? Any favourites there?
Incantotum.
Incantotum. Yeah.
Everyone loves Incantotum. Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah, I like Incantotum. I like Build a Goat. I do like Kyora Korikitsune because every time I see it, I'm just like, yeah. But
You weep.
Yeah.
yeah. But I just wish it
I
meant
like
something different.
Sakura. Like
Oh, I don't.
Sakura.
Really.
I like it just because now I can just appreciate it more because I forgot that was a word and I like
Yeah.
oh yeah
It just
Nice.
makes you think. Like,
I like it.
I don't know. Makes you think of like a lamprey
Sucking.
sucking onto something. Going, I'm like, oh, it's just. Oh, come on.
Okay. So I reckon favourite for me, Incantotum.
yeah I would happily agree. Incantotum.
I like Lion-O. I also like King Bog. The first. I like renaming them as they
If
go
it
along.
forever stays the first,
Yeah.
maintains the throne.
Debbie McGee is
Second.
also a nice
Hell
one.
no.
If it doesn't die, he should make a Rogue Legacy game, then call his character King Bog the First. So yeah, I've gone off topic. Right, that is the name rater done. So I believe that's it for this episode. Unless anyone's got anything else they want to, any final thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
I'm all fresh
Glad
out.
Out of Your
Okay.
League is back. Looking forward
Yeah.
to the coverage of the next round when the match gets eventually played.
Yeah, but at time of filming, there's a couple more games, or it's just one.
I
more
think it's
game
just one.
to be played. So hopefully we'll get the next All Out Pummeling out shortly after that, so we can sort of keep things more current. And yeah, I think at some point we'll also do a season 0 roster analysis because I think that would be really cool. It's fun to see what bullshit.
It'll
we
just
have.
be like, alright, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
And my team was
I've
ass.
already
and I
got the
loved
artwork.
Artwork
Oh, you
at
do.
the ready.
You do. Cool. Right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you think there's anything you want to see, anything you think we could do better, please let us know.
They're
We're
always
open to
welcome.
things. Make sure you get your names to us, otherwise we'll hunt you down like the dogs you are.
Drive by.
Drive by.
Damn dirty dog.
Number 9.
And then number 9. Number 9. Cool. PK, do you want to lead us out then?
Well, lovely to be with you. And as we say at the end of every episode of All Out Pummeling, recent events has left me with a bit of emotional stuff to get off my chest. Because I still believe, we still believe. There are 3 lions on my shirt right now. Jules Rimet is still gleaming. There's going to be no more years of hurt as we are through to the quarter-finals of the World Cup. We have won a fucking penalty shootout for the first time ever, and it is coming home.
It's
Come
coming
on,
home.
Glenn.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
Fuck yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Everyone's